Have you ever wondered what it took to build a massive ship capable of saving the future of all life on Earth? How did Noah, a man with no previous shipbuilding experience, manage to build the Ark, the most important vessel in human history? What went into constructing such an enormous ship? And how did Noah carry out God's seemingly impossible command? In this video, we are diving deep into the amazing story of Noah and the Ark, a tale that resonates through history and provides lessons of faith, perseverance, and survival. Welcome to Story of Grace, where we explore the most inspiring stories that have shaped humanity. Stick with us as we unravel the mystery of Noah's Ark, from its design and construction to the incredible survival of all living creatures. We'll show you how Noah's unwavering faith led him to accomplish the unthinkable, saving humanity and all the animals from the greatest flood the world had ever seen. The monumental task given to Noah. When God commanded Noah to build the Ark, it wasn't just another building project. It was a task that would save every living thing on Earth from extinction. This monumental assignment came with a weight no one could have ever expected. Noah wasn't just instructed to build a boat. He was tasked with ensuring the survival of creation itself. The world was about to be cleansed by the flood, wiping out every form of life except those aboard Noah's Ark. What kind of faith and determination did it take for Noah to take on such a responsibility? And how did he manage to bring to life a ship that could withstand a flood of catastrophic proportions? The Ark's imposing size and complexity. The Ark wasn't going to be some small vessel. It had to be massive, large enough to hold Noah, his family, and two of every kind of animal. It had to endure floodwaters that would rise far above the surface of the earth. It had to protect all the animals, from the largest creatures to the tiniest ones, for 40 days and nights. Imagine the complexity of constructing such a ship. To accomplish this, Noah received detailed instructions from God, dimensions, materials, and even the type of wood to use. But how exactly did Noah gather the materials, and how did he bring this monumental project to life? Let's break it down. What is gopher wood? One of the first questions that arises when looking at the Ark's construction is, what exactly is gopher wood? While the true identity of gopher wood remains a mystery, it's clear that Noah was instructed to use it for the Ark. Perhaps it was a durable, abundant wood that was perfect for the massive undertaking. The use of gopher wood was essential. It ensured the Ark would stand the test of time and survive the catastrophic floodwaters. But Noah didn't just cut and assemble wood. He had to gather enough material for an enormous structure. How did he find the right resources in the middle of a world that didn't expect such an event? And how did Noah continue working, despite being ridiculed by everyone around him? Endurance and patience. Building the Ark wasn't just about gathering the right materials. It required immense skill, patience, and endurance. It's hard to imagine the mental and physical toll this task must have taken on Noah. Imagine working day after day to build a massive ship with no clear end in sight, knowing the world around you is growing more skeptical. The Ark needed to be strong enough to survive the floodwaters, and every single plank had to be precisely cut and perfectly placed. Every task was a step closer to saving humanity, yet each strike of the hammer was met with mockery. Yet Noah didn't waver in his faith. He continued building the Ark day after day, knowing the future of life depended on his obedience. The Ark. As the ark began to take shape, it became clear that this wasn't just any ship. It was an engineering marvel. The dimensions of the ark were massive, 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. This was no ordinary boat. It was the size of a modern-day football field, a colossal structure capable of housing every kind of animal on Earth. The ark had to accommodate animals from all walks of life, from the smallest insects to the largest mammals. It wasn't just a floating zoo, it was a sanctuary that had to be carefully designed to ensure that life could continue after the flood. But how did Noah manage to keep these animals safe and healthy on such a long journey? Let's look at the structural elements of the ark. The ark's internal design. The ark was divided into 3 decks. The lowest deck was meant for the smaller animals and supplies, the middle deck for larger animals, and the top deck was reserved for Noah and his family. The decks were separated by floors, allowing the animals to have enough space to move around and ensuring the ark remained stable in the water. This design wasn't just practical, it was essential to the survival of all life aboard. But keeping the animals safe wasn't as simple as just providing space. How did Noah care for them? How did he ensure they had enough food and water for the long journey? The answer lies in careful planning and divine guidance. Noah didn't just build a ship, he built a living space that could support life during a worldwide disaster, ensuring the ark's watertight seal. In addition to the interior design of the ark, Noah had to ensure that it was watertight. The ark had to withstand the pressure of the rising floodwaters, which would submerge the earth and cover even the highest mountains. The ark had to remain sealed tightly to keep the water out. This was no small feat for someone without formal training in shipbuilding, but it was part of God's plan. The ark was designed to be sturdy and to float safely, even as the world around it was submerged. Noah's faith and divine guidance were evident in every aspect of the ark's design. The gathering of the animals. As the ark neared completion, Noah faced another incredible challenge: the gathering of the animals. Imagine the scene, pairs of animals from every corner of the earth making their way to the ark. This was no random occurrence. It was part of God's plan. Every animal came to the ark, male and female, ready to repopulate the earth after the flood. It wasn't just a simple task of rounding up animals. It was a divine miracle that the creatures would make their way to the ark. How did Noah manage to get every species on board? The answer lies in God's divine plan. Noah didn't have to go out and gather the animals. They came to him. The flood. As the floodwaters began to rise, Noah, his family, and the animals boarded the ark. The door was sealed, and the rain began to fall. For 40 days and 40 nights, the ark floated on the floodwaters. Noah's faith and obedience were tested like never before. He had followed God's command without question, and now the survival of all life rested on his shoulders. The floodwaters covered the earth, but Noah's ark remained afloat, protecting the creatures inside. The flood was God's way of cleansing the earth, but it was also a way to ensure the survival of life through Noah's unwavering obedience. A new beginning. Finally, the floodwaters receded, and the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Noah and his family emerged from the ark, and the animals were set free to repopulate the earth. The world had been forever changed, but Noah's faith had preserved the future of creation. His story is a testament to the power of faith, obedience, and the strength that comes from trusting in. If you enjoyed learning about the incredible journey of Noah and the Ark, be sure to subscribe to Story of Grace for more inspiring stories. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We hope this story has reminded you that faith and perseverance can lead to extraordinary outcomes. Stay strong, stay faithful, and keep following your divine path. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.